Hi, my name's Phil and welcome to LabourVision, where we discuss Labour policies. But with the general election campaign now officially underway, and just a few short weeks away from a Labour government, it seems silly to discuss anything not explicitly in the manifesto, but the manifesto has not yet been published. However, while Rishi Sunak was hiding away yesterday, Keir Starmer was out and about talking about votes for young people, specifically the policy for 16 and 17-year-olds to get the votes around the whole country, not just Wales and Scotland. And especially with the Tory announcement about national service today, it's maybe worth taking a little look at this, because a lot of young people do tend to feel that politicians are not really engaging with them. And there's more to this than simple perception. Although it's not true to say that young people don't vote, it is true to say it is only a minority. As a result, and because young people need quite different things from the government than middle-aged and older voters, politicians focus their loudest messages on those older voters, and young people therefore feel left out. Now, Labour do have a lot of policies which will benefit young people, but you'd have to know where they're published and be able to go and look at them yourself. Anyone who was young, for example, during the last Labour government will know a lot was done for the young generation. Angela Rayner talks a lot about how the Sure Start programme essentially saved her. She wouldn't be where she is now without it. But you can only push so many headline policies in the mainstream media, especially when the media bats for the Tories, that the focus has to be on the largest group of voters that you're trying to attract, and that is the middle-aged to the elderly. But this policy on conscription from the Tories today makes the distinction way easier for Labour. Because although most people couldn't name many of the individual policies for young people, despite it being literally one of their 5 platform missions, breaking down barriers to opportunity, the policy of votes for 16-year-olds is gaining some traction. So any young potential voters tuning into the political news this weekend will have learned 2 things. First, Labour are talking about giving more of their generation the vote. Second, the Tories are promising to force you away from your family, studies and job in order to go to a boot camp. Isn't that nice? Tough choice, isn't it? But the benefits to 16-year-olds having the vote extend beyond wider participation. After all, let's say you're able to vote. You are a voter at this election, but you're one of the youngest voters. You're going to be 18 on July the 4th. You may be 18 now. Maybe you're going to be 18 in the next couple of weeks. So you can vote anyway. So you would think, well, how does a policy that lets younger people vote make you more likely to vote for that? Because you can already vote. Because it increases the number of voters who share your concerns and needs. It increases the size of your alliance in the electorate. Young people aren't left out of a lot of political debates because they're young. It's because they're a smaller slice of the voter pie. You increase the size of that slice and you will be more important. Even though you could already vote, if you are joined by other people who have the same concerns as you, and they can now vote, you get more attention. So increasing the number of young people voting changes the dynamic. Now, only a little. It's 2 extra years of an age group which does not vote in overwhelming numbers, but the effect is still significant. And we can suppose that Labour recognised the significance because when Starmer was talking yesterday, there was a hint, just a hint mind you, that the policy might be implemented within the first year. It wasn't a firm commitment, but the suggestion was there. Now, that would mean that extra 2 years of the young generation could be voting in next year's local elections. And with Labour also having policies of giving more decision-making to local areas, having more young people forming the electorate means being more likely to raise the noise on the policy's importance to that generation. And even if you're not convinced about the size of the impact, it surely beats being treated like a slave once a month or being sent to a boot camp as part of the Tories' latest policy. But there we are. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button and subscribe for further content. And let's hope the manifesto is out for next week. Until next time, see you later. And don't forget to register to vote and get voter ID sorted.